What if I told you that some of the most important companies in the world don't actually make the products you use every day, but without them, nothing would work? No smartphones, no AI, no GPUs, no data centers. Today, we're breaking down one of those hidden giants, Lam Research. This is not just another tech stock. This is a company sitting at the very foundation of the global semiconductor industry. Let's get into the details of how it all works. Lam Research Corporation is a semiconductor equipment manufacturer. In simple terms, they don't make chips like Nvidia or Intel, they build the machines that make the chips. Their technology is used inside advanced chip factories, also known as fabs, where silicon wafers are transformed into powerful processors. They specialize in etching, which is carving microscopic circuits, deposition, adding atomic layers, and cleaning processes during chip production. Without these processes, modern chips literally cannot exist. Lam Research was founded in 1980 by David K. Lam in California. At the time, the semiconductor industry was still in its early growth phase. David Lam saw an opportunity. Instead of competing in making chips, he focused on enabling the industry. He built a company around precision engineering, creating tools that would help chip makers push technological limits. This decision turned out to be massive. In the 1980s and 1990s, Lam Research focused heavily on plasma etching technology. This became critical as chips got smaller and more complex. Step by step, the company improved its etching systems, expanded into deposition technologies, and built relationships with major chip manufacturers. By the early 2000s, Lam Research was no longer a niche player. It became a core supplier to the semiconductor industry. The real breakthrough came when chip manufacturing started moving into advanced nodes, meaning smaller, faster, and more powerful chips. This is where Lam's machines became essential. Their equipment is now used in AI chips, smartphones, data centers, and automotive tech. At this stage, Lam Research wasn't just growing, it became a critical infrastructure company for global technology. Lam Research sells to the world's largest semiconductor manufacturers. These include TSMC, Samsung Electronics, and Intel. These companies are their direct customers, the ones buying Lam's machines. Now, companies like Nvidia, Apple, and AMD, these are indirect customers. They design chips but rely on TSMC or Samsung to manufacture them using Lam's equipment. Here's where it gets interesting. Major chip manufacturers spend billions every year on equipment. Typical annual spending: TSMC spends $30 to $40 billion, Samsung spends $25 to $35 billion, and Intel spends $20 to $30 billion. A significant portion of that goes to companies like Lam Research. Lam itself generated around $17 billion in revenue last year. That tells you how massive this ecosystem is. Lam Research operates in a highly competitive space. Its biggest competitors include Applied Materials, ASML, and KLA Corporation. Each focuses on different parts of the process. For example, ASML dominates lithography, while Lam focuses heavily on etching and deposition. Together, these companies form the backbone of the semiconductor supply chain. Let's talk about the stock. Current price, around $211. Forecasts vary, but here's a general outlook. In a base scenario, we could see price ranges between $230 and $280. In a bull case where the AI boom continues, the price could reach $300 to over $400. However, in a bear case with a semiconductor slowdown, the price could drop below $200. Important, this stock is cyclical. It moves with the semiconductor industry. If you're looking to invest or trade Lam Research, here's what matters. First, the semiconductor cycle is demand rising, and second, AI and data center growth. Third, watch capital expenditure from TSMC and Intel. Fourth, keep an eye on interest rates. Fifth, earnings reports. Sixth, geopolitical tensions. And seventh, transitions to new chip technologies. Here are some strategies investors use. Long-term investing to benefit from tech growth. Cycle trading, buying downturns and selling peak demand. And using Lam as a picks and shovels play for AI. Finally, some trade around quarterly earnings reports. Lam Research is not a flashy company, but it is one of the most important companies in the world. It sits at the foundation of AI, smartphones, cloud computing, and future technologies. And as long as the world needs more powerful chips, companies like Lam will remain critical. This is Gift signing out. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. And if you have any comment or anything to say, please leave it in the comment section. We'll see you in the next video.